2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Place your money line, prop, and parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Iowa only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
What's up, Panthers fam? It's your boy, Tony Dunn. They call me the Professor. It's Tuesday night, 9 p.m., where we chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions from the fan perspective. Each and every week, I do it with an amazing group of people. And the first and foremost on that list, Cody Lashney. Welcome to the party, my friend.
What's up, brother? It's another Tuesday night, and the chat room is already lit. We have the Long Times, Underground West, Susan Deans, Jeremy Clancy, my boy Pigskin Pete, all D3. It's another lit Tuesday night. We got a few things to talk about. We've got a bunch of cat calls tonight. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
Tonight's show is Panthers expected to be mediocre and training camp nears. We got a lot of things to talk about, specifically the hate that has continued. You know, it's July and football is approaching because people are talking junk about the Carolina Panthers. They're saying the audio is low. Guys, we have just last moment, about 15 minutes ago, had to change the streaming platform because we kept I kept freezing up. I don't know what that is. So, but we're here. We're live. We got it fixed. This is a live broadcast for you. All right, tonight's show, we are going to, so you come with the bumps and the bruises and all that. So tonight we've got to talk about this strange reemergence of Cam hate that if you guys haven't listened to, we did a Double or Nothing podcast. And what that is our version of Talking Dead. We did that Sunday night, first episode, 1 of 3. And we kind of gave our thoughts. It's a spoiler thing. We've tried to separate it from the show. So if you have not watched the All or Nothing series, you know, we're going to try not to talk too much about that tonight. We have that separate podcast because we want to honor people's experience when it comes to the documentary and the reveals and that type of thing. But strangely, you have already seen that, and it's not strange that we know this, but Cam Newton, you know, seemingly dispels a lot of those narratives in the show. But it is July and the Cam Newton hate has resurged. There are people despite the evidence of the show, continue to just say the same exact things. Colin Cowherd, one of those people, not surprising, but Reggie Bush joins the hater squad. We'll be talking about that tonight. We have a ton of cat calls and a little bit of the USA rankings. Cody, I was thinking maybe we could also quickly, not with a lot of too much discussion, pick and see if we think that USA Today is right.
Okay.
All right. So you're listening to C3 Panthers podcast. Thank you so much for the people in the chat room. We want to encourage you to help grow Panther Nation with us by smashing that like button, right? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the show, and what you can really truly do is tell a friend or someone on social media about the show. Send them a personal note with a link to the show. It really helps to add viewer after viewer, and in that process, what we are doing is we are growing Panther Nation together and creating a community. Let's go ahead and jump into this, Cody. Strangely, there has emerged, is it surprising? Do you find it surprising that a group of people continue to say things such as Cam Newton is acting when the camera is on him, or he doesn't read his playbook enough, that he doesn't work out enough, that he is too focused on his brand? After watching All or Nothing, without spoiling that, does it surprise you, July, that this Cam Newton hate exists?
No, how could it surprise you? You're not a Panther fan and surprised by Colin Cowherd and Reggie Bush shitting all over Cam Newton. Listen, let's set the record straight here. Reggie Bush was a fantastic college football player, but he really didn't do a damn thing in the NFL.
He was a good pro. He was a good pro.
He was he was supposed to be the original Alvin Kamara, and Christian McCaffrey, the do-it-all running back, the guy that can catch the passes and take it up the middle. But Reggie Bush never panned out to be anything close to that. He just so happened to win the Super Bowl because he was on a good football team with a good quarterback and a good coach. So Reggie Bush talking shit about one of the hardest working quarterbacks in the NFL is funny to begin with, but he's also a boring analyst. Like, he never has anything interesting to say. Doesn't add anything good to the conversation. He never has a great point. And listen, we already know who Colin Cowherd is at this point. He has had his mind made up that Cam Newton is a diva, only cares about himself, has never done anything that wasn't for the best interest of himself, isn't a team player. All these bullshit narratives that we have known to be false forever now. So it's to the point where I'm done seeking the validity through these media members, where it's never going to happen. Cam Newton could win 5 Super Bowls, and they'll never shut their mouths. They'll just continue to do it. So I don't even care no more.
All right, well, let's hear this. So if you haven't heard, well, first, before we get into the clip of Colin Cowherd and Reggie Bush, this is on local radio. If you're following on Twitter, I have not been listening to WFNZ a ton. I did listen the day before, like right around the day it was debuted, and the day before, because they had media access. So I did not listen on Monday or Tuesday, and this is where the Cam Newton haters had a weekend to prepare their ridiculous and raunchous accusations and takes. But there is this strange, I don't know if they're trolling us, how hard they labor over these claims. But to me, we're watching we're looking at the same thing and the same object, and we are seeing 2 different images. And it's just, I think you're right, Cody, is you shouldn't be surprised, but I still am maddened by it. I'm still surprised by it when I think that you can see blatant evidence and then draw a different conclusion. I just continue to think, I think politics right now. That's how I think about politics, is like we could say, it's just like, it doesn't matter what, we got blinders on. We've already made up our minds. That's what
everyone's made up their minds, and whatever they view, it's going to reaffirm their own biases. So you and I, knowing that Cam Newton is a hard worker and a team player and someone that's trying to be a leader on the football team, you and I watched the show and saw those same things reinforced. Yet these people that have done nothing but shit on a far more talented person than they're just going to continue to run with these same narratives, even though they saw the same things that we did. They're just looking for the
am
same
I the
shit
biased
that
person? I start to question myself at that point. Am I the weirdo? But
no,
I firmly believe this is that these assholes haven't watched the mess. So here's the clip. No. Let's listen to it together. This is Reggie Bush on The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
11 years in the NFL, Super Bowl champ with the Saints.
It's long, so we're going to have to go through it together, guys.
College football analyst.
And
all right, so
I haven't heard all of this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Please, in the chat, tell me if the audio is
the Amazon series.
Messed up.
It confirmed a lot of my criticisms. That's how I would view it.
It confirmed our criticism. We started our show with it. It confirmed our
This thing is about
worship.
Junk food, cigars, fashion.
Junk food?
Football.
None.
I mean, none.
And I'm always ready to fight.
Of it? Am I being too critical? What do you make of it?
I don't think you're being too critical, because if you're going to put yourself out there on one side as this is my brand, this is what I stand for, well, then you better go take care of the football field side, because I think social media has driven the younger generation to be more focused on their brand first than the sport that has afforded them to be able to do these things, right? It's brand then football, where I'm not saying Cam Newton doesn't work hard, but you can work hard and still not be all in.
All right.
You can
let's stop.
Work hard and
finish
still,
your sentence, Reggie douche.
Come up short, right? Because this game, the NFL level, is extremely hard.
It's inches.
It's a game.
Okay. All right. So let's start with that. Let me say this. Is there any mother joker who says, I'm not saying that he, here, this was words again. It's real. It's this.
In the sport that has afforded them to be able to, has driven the younger generation to be more focused on their brand first than the sport.
He says, I'm not saying Cam Newton doesn't work hard.
Right? It's brand then football, where I'm not saying Cam Newton doesn't work hard.
All right. So that's my point. When you say I'm not saying Cam Newton doesn't work hard, you are saying he doesn't work hard.
They're so dumb, dude. They're so stupid, Tony. How are these people this stupid and have a job on the air? They showed you the amount of pain that the man went through the end of the season when he couldn't throw the damn football. No, he's not all into it. He's not really giving it his all. Like, dude, these people are idiots, man. Like,
dude,
they're
if I say,
idiots.
hey, there was this great, I remember I liked Jim Rome back in the day, is I thought he was a great radio guy. And Jim Rome, at one point when he had Rome on the television show, maybe it was the radio show, he hadn't been on TV yet, and Bill Parcells was the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, right? And the Dallas Cowboys at the time had gotten beaten in this game, and the other team had a trick play on them, right? So some sort of fake kick or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Fake field goal, fake punt, whatever it was. And in the press conference, Bill Parcells says, "Look, no offense, but that's what we call a Jap play." And what Jap play being a sneak attack because of Pearl Harbor. All right, that's the reference he made. And I just remember at an early age, I was like in my teens, and I heard Jim Rome go, "Anytime someone says no offense, be prepared to be offended." You know, and that's what it is. Yeah. I'm not saying Cam Newton works hard, but that's exactly what I'm implying.
And by the way, let me also make sure that I point this out here. Those are the actions of a beta male. So I know we might have some females.
You just called him a cuck.
A beta male. So listen, for any of the women in the chat room, A real man doesn't say, "Oh well, I'm not saying he does this," but then blah 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 blah, and say the same thing. No, you say what you believe, and you just put it out there. But that's not what Reggie Bush was doing. Reggie Bush was saying, "Oh, I'm not saying he's this, but yeah, he's basically this." Like, dude, you're a coward. You're only known for being a college football player. Reggie Bush is never going into the Hall of Fame. Reggie Bush was never the reason why the Saints won a football game because of some fantastic game by Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was a mediocre talent, and Cam Newton is a person that can put a football team on his shoulders season after season. So, yeah, Colin Cowherd, we all hate him, whatever. But Reggie Bush especially needs to shut up.
All right.
Because you're talking about an inferior athlete.
What's the junk food reference, though? Is that going back to his rookie season or second-year season where he said he likes Skittles? Are we talking about that Colin Cowherd is saying that my man likes candy? Have you looked at Cam Newton's body? Number one. Number two, go watch his vlog. I was catching up on his vlog today. He's still vegan. Yeah. He's out there taking comedians to eat this mess. He's eating cauliflower salad, and that's it.
Did you see the one he uploaded today where he went to the Peloton bicycle thing?
Yes. You know what? How about this? I actually was so excited by the video. This shows you branding and how much I love. I went and Googled Peloton biking like I was going to go buy one, and it said $2,700, $70 a month. I was like, nah.
Maybe not. Maybe if we had Cam Newton money, but I don't think either of us.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's keep going the clip because it's more maddening. You think that's bad?
You can work hard and still come up short, right? Because this game,
no shit,
the NFL is extremely hard.
It's called Phillip Rivers.
It's just like details or everything, and I look at Cam and I think talented, but good hell is he distracted.
Yes. And to me, the play always
distracted.
His Super Bowl is 16-10, and the ball's on the ground right in front of Cam Newton, and he has an opportunity to go get that ball. That is not the time to get the alligator arms. It's you got to pull teeth, pull hair, eyelids, whatever you got to do to get that football back.
Cam didn't want to get hurt.
He didn't want no part of that. And when a lot of the coaches teams I played on, especially when we won championships,
it's infuriating.
when that ball's on
you
the
look
ground,
at the other angle and you go, "There's no reason he should."
Everybody and their mom is on top of that ball,
trying
to pull
Bush.
Jerseys, hair, whatever they can to get that football back. Coach Carroll used to always preach
you
that
were such a
when
bitch
the ball was
when
on
you
the ground,
played too. Shut up.
It has to be ours. It's not 50-50. It has to be our ball. And if you got
Cam's
to
a
fight,
freaking
kick,
warrior.
Crack,
We watched. All right.
Kick, scratch, whatever you got.
Turn him off, man.
There's more. There's more. It's crazy. We gotta listen to this other part. But we watched together. We watched the show. We didn't see a Cam Newton who was timid. So here, look. There's more. Listen to this.
My shoulder every day. I've got to do, and I'm like,
listen to this. They're going to talk about Drew Brees
the
now.
other company I used to work at. It's midsummer, and Drew Brees was there for a fly-in, fly-out. The car wash. He did 4 shows. Middle of the day, he's like, I had 40 minutes. He's in the gym, sweating, and I'm like, aren't you on? He goes, yeah. I had 40 minutes. He raced to the gym.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He goes, my shoulder every day. I've got to do, and I'm like. Yeah. That is committed. In between a hit on one show, run into the gym to get a 40, and then basically put a dress shirt on and run back.
Right. So then he goes on. They do the same thing. Then they talk about Drew Brees. All right. Here's Reggie Bush talking about Drew Brees.
There's no sunlight out. There's one car in the parking lot. It would be Drew's car, and he'd be already in the facility, in the film room, studying film. So he's in there before the coaches. Right? And so that tells you all you need to know about Drew. Now, I'm not saying Cam Newton doesn't do those kinds of things.
Yes, you are.
But whatever he's doing right now is not translating to victories, for the team. And he's been injured. So then you have to factor in that on top of it. Because if you're going to, I'm watching a clip from him from that video talking about how he's the bear, right? He sets the tone. He's the guy. Well, if that's the case, then you got to be able to man up or do whatever you can to will your team to victory when you're injured, right? Because we've seen quarterbacks play through injury.
Yes. Listen, it gets crazier, dude.
You know, his shoulder injury he couldn't play through. But
look, he's going to reference Jordan
I've
here.
Seen a lot of the great ones play through injury and make you think that, man, was he ever injured? Like, I wasn't sure. Like, when Michael Jordan had that performance.
Somebody drug test.
Never played quarterback.
Drug test this mug. All right, so two things. The reason, and Lynn in the chat room says, why are we listening to this garbage? Right? Is because we have to say, most of the people that are in the chat room right now have watched All or Nothing. And I know that Lynn, above anybody, has followed this team as closely as anybody can, right? So we see now, yes, we are biased because we love the team, but we see a lot of data, right? And in this case, these people have seen not only a little bit of data, but they have refuted that data entirely, being All or Nothing. Because I'd like to point out this one episode of All or Nothing, Cam Newton is riding to the stadium on a scooter in leggings, and it's like 4:30 in the morning. There's not a single car on the road in Charlotte, and it's morning time. Like, it's dark, but it's morning time. So here we have evidence that Cam Newton gets to the stadium before people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shows up before the roosters are crowing. On top of that, you're trying to tell me that Cam Newton didn't will his way through injuries and play hurt? The man broke his freaking back and walked out of the hospital with the hospital bracelet on and won a damn game for the Carolina Panthers. If anybody has played through injury, it's him. So here, I come back to this statement, Cody, about politics. And look, I know that a lot of people get so sensitive on issues of politics, but if you're that sensitive over this, then maybe you're the one that should be listening at this point. And that is, when we look at all of this evidence and then you close your eyes and say, I still believe what I believe, you are a child, a petulant little child who has already determined what they believe.
B. Amos 85 says, Reggie sound like a bitter baby mama. And dude, listen, none of that stuff really even bothers me. Like I said, I have resigned.
It bothers me. We watched the freaking show. They didn't watch the show, Cody. I don't think they even watched the show. That's what I say. I believe that.
Listen, none of these people are watching the games like we do. And what you just said, they've already made up their minds that Cam Newton is what they think it is, even though they have images that show them to the contrary. Like, they have video footage of Cam Newton rolling into the stadium early. So in my mind, they're always going to say that shit. The thing that really pisses me off is Reggie Bush talking about Cam Newton, saying that he doesn't do any of those things, when, one, Reggie Bush has never and could never do a quarter of the things on the football field that Cam Newton did. Cam Newton won a Heisman in college.
Well, so did like Reggie Bush. Okay.
But whatever.
And so, so here is, I would say he can't do half the things.
Cam Newton did it on both levels. Reggie Bush was never a change the game football player like Cam Newton is. And dude, it's like, that's why I called him a beta male. If it was on some life or death, listen, Reggie Bush is never saying that in front of Cam Newton. Reggie Bush would never say that directly to Cam Newton.
No, because he would get bitch slapped. But can we bring this up back to the very beginning of
your place? That's
what about this? He's a little too busy. How about this? You remember the beginning of that segment where he said, you know, kids these days, essentially, because of social media, they're worried about their brand first and they forget about the game.
Years old, by the way.
Wait, can I remind you that Reggie Bush was surrounded in scandal in college, was on a fucking reality TV show? A reality TV show, was a guy that did all of those things he's saying he did. He is more of what he is describing than Cam Newton.
Didn't he date a Kardashian?
Yes, that's the reality show. He was on the Kardashians.
Dude,
he dated Kim Kardashian before freaking, or one of the Kardashians. I don't know. Whatever. One of those girls.
It's a beta male. And that's a weaker man talking about a bigger, stronger man. And it's like, dude, come on. Like, just shut up. You're making yourself look dumb. I mean, I don't. They're never going to change their minds, and we're going to lose that battle every time because it doesn't matter what Cam Newton does. He could win the next 10 Super Bowls. And, it's not going to be enough. It'll be diva or whatever they want to call them. But at the end of the line, just know your place, man. You're not a half of the player that Cam Newton is. And that's what bothers me.
You know what I got to say? Let me go to my boys.
Start get them dripping like Licky Falls. Now who a bitch?
Cowherd.
Now who a snitch, nigga?
Reggie Bush.
Now who the shit, nigga?
C3.
Now who the sick, nigga?
Newton.
Now who you with, nigga? With who you with, nigga?
Panthers.
Whack shit, nigga. Who pop shit?
Panthers.
Nigga, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Wow.
You jerk. Such a jerk. You may be the biggest jerk I've ever met.
Wow. That's all I got to say, man.
All right.
Wow. No, it was funny.
Okay.
It made me.
It made you laugh at me, right?
Yeah.
You laughed at me? Do you think you think less of me now or something?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
That's messed up. You should think higher of me, Jeff. I mean, where's your shit at? I can't say. The other thing is, what is this other song I wanted to think of is, God, can't hold me down. But I can't say, it's kind of like that Little Dicky line. Like, I can't say the N drop, you know what I'm saying? Even with the A at the end. But I like the phrase. I don't get to say it, but anytime anybody says it, I'm like, I like the one that's business. You know what I'm saying? The one that got business. Yeah, like that one.
Yeah, this is the whitest segment to ever be on the C2 podcast.
Oh, shut up. So everybody, look, they like Redman and Method Man and the look. How about this? See, this is the Young Buck. I guess I should have rapped in 3-word rhymes.
Hey man, no, don't.
That's what these new kids do. Is these new kids, they can only say 3 words in a row.
Hey man, listen. Don't put me on. Don't put that evil on me, Tony.
Rex Smith said, "Don't quit your day job. Don't worry, son. Don't worry. My night job I do for free. You know I'm not quitting the day job. Shit, I did this job for free, and it ain't." Nah, I know one thing is I'm a writer. That's it. Yeah, I'm a writer. All right. So, all right, let's go on to the cat calls.
Yeah, let's do some cat calls.
Let's see what we got.
So what are your thoughts on cat calling?
Yeah, it's pretty you shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like...
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
What's up, fellas? Really big fan here. This is Anthony, out here in California, watching you guys for the first time live. Really cool thing. I was listening to your guys' podcast.
Good name, by the way, Anthony.
And you guys were talking about how Cam really hasn't had any solid weapons around him outside of Ted Ginn and Steve Smith. Is it too early to say that DJ Moore is the third best wide receiver he's ever seen or ever played with? Thank you, guys. Keep pounding.
All right, let me pause that there. Thank you, Anthony. Great name right there. Strong name. Good. All right, so DJ, what do you think about that? I'm gonna ask the Young Buck this because the Young Buck, like, what's that? You know Steve Smith because Cody's so much younger than me. He knows like Steve Smith, like LaFell's the only other guy you remember.
Don't try me, Tony. Don't try me.
You already made fun of me. I'm coming after you.
Hey, come at me, bro.
I'm poking at weaknesses.
No, listen. It's tough to say. I mean, it's certainly possible. DJ Moore only has 1 year under his belt as of right now, but he's certainly a player that the Panthers have a lot of hope and faith in that he's going to turn into something special. I count myself amongst them. I think DJ Moore, he needs to tighten up a few things, but no doubt he has incredible talent. He is a 99 percentile athlete. I knew that when I scouted him a little bit coming out of Maryland. DJ Moore is the man. He just has to turn it on, run some better, more precise route runnings, and then yeah, for sure. But as of right now, I don't know if I'd put him there yet.
Did he say Moose? Did he say Moose? Rewind. I'm without rewinding the call. Did he say who was the second? He said Moose, right? Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so Smith, Smitty, Moose. Is that what he said? Let me see. Let me listen.
Played with. Thank you, guys.
Hold on.
Or ever played with. Is it too early to say that DJ Moore is the third best wide receiver he's ever seen or ever played with? Thank you, guys. Keep pounding.
All right, so he didn't. Maybe he didn't say. So we're saying Smitty, Moose, and then. That the tough part about that, Cody, is that shows you the difficulty that the Panthers have had in establishing a guy other than Steve Smith on this team.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, we've said that for a while. I don't know who you would put number 3. I wouldn't. I mean, listen, I have hope that DJ
Keyshawn Johnson, baby.
Samuel,
I mean, it's very simple. And actually, he didn't play with Keyshawn. That was before him. That was David Moore. So that's who he's played with. What Cam Newton has played with has only been Smitty, and that's it. I mean,
you know what?
He said Ted Ginn. Thank you. Thanks, Carl. All right, so Smitty, Ted Ginn. Yeah, so now you're thinking about this is, of course, I would say the third best was Christian McCaffrey. He just turns out to be a running back.
Yeah, and then we've had this conversation before. Greg Olsen is a tight end,
right?
And not a wide receiver, but Greg Olsen has been his most reliable receiver since 2011. I mean, for a longer period of time, So, I mean, I'd put Greg up there, even though he's not a receiver.
I was thinking, though, what about this, though, is that Steve Smith, really Cam has played with. Think about this, is that Moose, you got Steve Smith, then you got Muhsin Muhammad, and then you've got, I don't even know. Who do you put as the next guy? There's a lot of arguments. Would you say, I'm just saying historically, not someone that Cam has played with, but even just historically with the Carolina Panthers, it has been a difficult time. It's not been a position we've had a ton of success with. You think back, we had Rocket Ishmael in the 90s. Then we had maybe Keyshawn came in the late end of his career. You're talking about Keyshawn Johnson, who was like 45 years old at the time, and we're naming him in the list. Kerry Colbert, Muhsin Muhammad. There's not a legacy at that position for the Carolina Panthers. So I don't think it would be hard for DJ Moore to climb into that conversation really quickly.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he has an incredibly talented skill set. I think Curtis Samuel is going to be a blockbuster wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. We just haven't seen it yet. He's another
I'm
one
on the
that
DJ
needs,
Moore train. I'm not letting y'all bully me with this Curtis Samuel mess yet.
Hey, man, Curtis Samuel's the truth. I mean, they're both very similar.
Yes, we've about seen the same amount.
They're yards after the catch guy. I think DJ Moore is a little more powerful, a little bit bigger and more durable. But I think Curtis Samuel, as a receiver, separates better and runs his routes a little bit cleaner and with more polish. So Curtis Samuel is a badass, man. And with both of them potentially entering their prime at the same time, I mean, those are two perimeter weapons that Cam Newton has never had at the same time. So the sky is the limit for both of them.
That our team hasn't had. It's a crazy thought to think of. Go back and think of this, folks, is who are the best wide receivers in Panther history after number 3. Who's number 3, essentially? Smitty, Moose, right? Who's next, right? You pick at that point. And then when you're already talking about in that conversation, the top 5, and you're saying guys like Kerry Colbert, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Or somebody said Marvin McNutt. I like that answer. Ricky Prohl. How about that? Ricky Prohl in his old age.
Yeah, Prohl was a damn good receiver.
But mostly for the Rams and the Cardinals, so interesting. But tough call. I would say I am with you on DJ Moore, though. I like DJ Moore. I know the hype right now is on Curtis Samuel, and I hope together they grow and they turn into this immaculate tandem.
Yeah, the dynamic duo, man. The thunder and lightning, the fire and water. Killing them out there. That's what we need, man. Cam needs that. He deserves that.
So, you know what? The cat calls line got good to Anthony. He came back for more.
Yep.
Hey, fellas. Anthony again. I'm just so excited to be able to, voice my opinions and thoughts with some other Panther fans.
That's why we made this
crazy.
show.
I've been waiting to find a community like you guys for a while.
Thank you, Anthony.
I know there's not much to talk about this time of the season, and I may have missed it. But what are your guys' stat projections for, Cam? Do you think he goes over 4,000 yards again this
tough
year?
questions.
Christian McCaffrey, is he going 1,000? I've heard some talks about DJ Moore being an 80-plus catch guy, over 1,000 yards. I just wanted to hear what your guys' thoughts were for each of the starters. So, thanks, fellas. Keep pounding.
Look, man, Anthony, thank you for those calls. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, because when you call it a community, when you say that you wanted to be a part of this, that's what we just do on Tuesdays. That's what we do. We hang out together and talk football. And those are tough. They're great questions, Cody. They are thought-provoking questions. And better than, can you make a list of who is elite? That was our question we made. And we yelled.
But real quick, I want to add my 2 cents on that too. We really are a community, man. Like every Tuesday night, I'm happy to see Underground West and Lynn and 10 and Trill One
and Susan.
We have an awesome community here. Ken D, we thank you all for coming and chilling with us and hanging out. We're trying to grow the show, push it to new heights, and you guys are helping every Tuesday night and with every other show that we do. So we love you. Thank you for the support. Listen, as far as the stats and the numbers are concerned, I really only have one number in my head that I would like to see happen, and that's for Christian McCaffrey, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher on the ground, and I think that's doable for him. Cam Newton, I would love for him to throw for 4,000, but it's not necessary in my opinion. I mean, if Cam Newton plays as he did in 2015.
In this league, you got to throw for 4,000.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. If he throws if he throws in less than 4,000, I'll be disappointed.
And I hope that he doesn't, because I know that we're capable.
I think he's going to throw 5,000 yards this year.
And I want people like Colin Cowherd to shut up about it. We want to put these idiots, these beta males, in their place. So yeah, I hope that does happen. But
you better watch out. Cody will cook you right in front of somebody if you don't watch out.
I'm running with those. we ain't about no beta male shit on the C3 podcast. But yeah, I would love for Cam Newton to throw for 4,000 yards. But the one that I really have in my mind is McCaffrey, 1,000 yards through the air and on the ground. And I think that's doable.
Look at Trill One with the best one. I like Trill One's comment. I want DJ to get 1,000.
Yeah.
When's the last time we had 1,000?
Probably.
Did McCaffrey get 1,000 passing last year? No.
Probably Kelvin Benjamin.
No, he didn't make it. I don't think he made it to 1,000.
In 2014,
I think he touched his. He didn't. Did he crest it?
Yeah,
I thought he got like 989, but maybe okay.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Hey, listen, chat room. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I believe that Kelvin.
I like that stat. I like 1,000 yards. DJ had like 900 yards last year, 800 yards last year. He was awesome. Stats for me. I want to see Christian McCaffrey get 100 catches. That's what I want to see.
10 Tizzy says KB was the last one, but then Carl Van said no, he was short of it.
Okay.
So I don't know. We might have to research this. But, yeah, so you said 100. Say that one more time.
I want Christian McCaffrey to get 100 catches. That's what I want. I think that means that, like, we're playing smart. We're crushing mugs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So
using him to the best of his ability.
Yeah, and, I mean, I want Cam to have 5. I want Cam to have a killer passing season. I just want Cam to be lights out for a year to shut up everybody. So those are my stats. That's what I want. And what is lights out? 5,000 yards. But like Ken D said in the chat room, will take 4,999 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 5 picks.
5 interceptions.
I'll take that one too.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm on that.
I would take that. So if we are short of 4,000 by that, 45 touchdowns, 5 picks, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back. Look, first, you're listening to C3 Panthers podcast. Every Tuesday night, we chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions from the fan perspective. You can be a part of this podcast by smashing that thumbs up button, subscribing to the podcast, being a participant in chat, and also calling into the Cat Calls line. The number is 252-228-5098. Let's keep going through with the calls. Let's see who we got next.
Afternoon, chaps. Feels a bit strange phoning you on a Sunday.
My boy Rich.
Yeah, all or nothing.
Rich.
I'm only 5 in. I haven't binge watched the whole lot, but I'm nearly done. Really,
if you're super sensitive,
the best bits are
to
the bits that
reveals.
aren't the game film. Actually, I think we get to see quite a lot of that,
folks.
and we chat about it so much. But the Josh Norman phone call was just hilarious.
Yeah, that was
and all these other bits, and McCaffrey telling his jokes and the stuff like that.
They're nerds.
Yeah, I think
nerds.
Those have been really great. Cam Newton is magnificent. As I say, there's now only 2 reasons to not like Cam Newton. One is people are jealous of him, and the other is the same old plain boring one that we've all alluded to for many years. Yeah, he's great. He's a leader of men, and he just likes to wear funny clothes, if you think they're funny. But absolutely brilliant. Very interesting that the shoulder had gone at the Giants game. Do you know what? I looked at that. You guys, you're going to have to go back and look at this. I think he hurt it when he threw the block on the defensive end.
Oh, don't say that.
It as soon as that tape happened. It's the way he's holding himself. If anyone goes back, Cody, if you go back and watch it again, because there was a bit of a highlight made from that he threw the block. But take a look at how he's holding himself in quite a still manner after that. And I think he led with his right shoulder. So, I think it might well have been then. Anyway, looking forward to the rest of it. Looking forward to your analysis, which I'll listen to later in the week. Okay, take care, guys. Keep
so I haven't heard that one before, and that's an interesting one. That crackback block that Cam Newton throws. That maybe that was the advent of the shoulder injury. And it's certainly, I mean, hey, why wouldn't it be possible? First off, shout out to Susan Deans for dropping.
Why you gotta steal my thunder, man? That's what I was gonna roll with. Thank you,
man. I'm stealing your Susan thunder. After that rap song, I deserve the right to steal your Susan thunder.
Start getting dripping like Licky Falls. Now who a snitch, nigga?
Cowherd.
Now who a snitch, nigga?
Reggie Bush.
Now who the shit, nigga?
C3.
Now who the sick, nigga?
Newton.
Now who you with, nigga? With who you with, nigga?
Panthers.
Rock shit, nigga. Who pop shit?
Panthers.
Nigga, come on.
Cringe. Come on.
Come on. Thank you, Susan.
I still stole your Susan Dean's thunder, so.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but you can't steal the mic from this motherfucker.
Yeah, that is right.
You cannot. I will not pass it off. It's my mic. Now, let me tell you.
Sending shit on us tonight, so it took away all my power.
I'm the powerful one.
Damn it.
So, we're going back to this. Now, I do want to bridge Rich's call. Thank you, Rich. That tells you this. Look, we're across the pond. Thank you, Rich Kingston. Tremendous Panthers fan.
That's our Sherlock Holmes right there.
Yeah. Two things is that, not two. I said two things and I said one. That's silly. When we were watching those things, everybody wanted to see the TJ Watt hit as being the one that started the injury.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Right. It was already bothering him before. I think it was a progression. That's what I think. I don't think it's a one thing that ruined it. Now, if it was, it is because on one hand, they didn't show a lot of this. There was a certain deterioration in his throwing power. You know, he looked hurt. He was nursing soreness. But when we watched that show, it wasn't like he was coming forward and saying, I can't throw the ball. You know, it was I won't say a slow progression because it was faster than we thought it was, but it was a deterioration of his shoulder strength.
Yeah, it was a very clear deterioration of his shoulder strength over time. And it seems like every game, it got a little bit worse and a little bit worse. That reliving that Saints game, and I know we'll talk about it in another video, but reliving that Saints game, that's a tough one, man. Because listen, this is what gives me hope about our team this season. The Panthers were damn near a better football team than the Saints were last year. And look how far the Saints, Cam Newton didn't have as good of an offensive line as New Orleans did, obviously, but Cam Newton can make that kind of magic happen. He's done it before. This is a team that was in almost every game that they lost, minus the Pittsburgh game. This is a talented football team, and we've added pieces to it. So watching that Saints game and Cam Newton just not being able to throw the ball but 15 yards. I mean, David Tepper was losing his mind. It was hard to watch, man.
It seems like the chat room is on my side when it comes to my rhyme scheme.
No, they're on the hot boy side, not your side or young boys or whatever the.
Redman Method Man Blackout album, 1999, the best thing ever. All right.
I was 9 years old, man.
You were 9 years old, man. We were riding around. We were on the roof smoking the blunts in this mess. Listen to that nonstop.
I love Method Man now, but I didn't know who it was.
Method Man now? Shoot, you should have loved him then. He was the best then. All right, so the other thing, though, when you hear the stupid
I was on Outcast before everybody.
No, you were not. You were in diapers when we were all listening. We were listening to Outkast when you were in diapers, dude.
And I was in diapers listening to Stank on You, brother. What's
Stank. No, no, man. We were listening to. If you got to go back. What is it? You, me, and you, your mama and your cousin too. Coming up, slamming Honda. We changed the lyrics. Coming up, slamming Honda Civic doors. That's what he said. Nah, man. Aquemini, AT aliens. We're talking about all
I grew up on all of that. You ain't telling me.
You didn't grow up on that. You were in.
Tell me done. I'm about to.
Nah, look at this. J-Dub says I was on Outkast in 91. Man. Cody don't know about 36 Chambers. Cash rules everything around me.
Listen.
Say it. Cream. Dollar bill, y'all. Sorry.
Listen.
Elevators. That's what it is.
I grew up on some Outkast, on some Big Boy, on some Ludacris.
Shoot.
So don't tell me I ain't got no.
Oh my gosh.
I got no raps.
Oh my gosh.
I bet you I beat you in a rap battle. That's for sure.
No, nah, because I'm gonna go KRS-One on you. But
bro, what?
Whoop whoop! Sound of police.
Ask the chat room. Ask the chat room who would win in a rap battle.
Oh.
Me or you? Come on.
Come
on, chat. Let us have it. Me or Tony. Come on. You have to answer too. We're making it awkward for everyone.
Carl Van said, "I'm 41. I'm 37." Carl Van. AT Aliens came out when I was like 17. Yeah, right, bro. We were that was the pimp mess. Good Lord. All right. So the other thing is that you hear them talk junk about Cam Newton and his wardrobe being too attentive to his brand. I kind of think about this is that what do nerds do? They do like to not get in trouble. They do nerdy mess. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you actually probably didn't want – so you would be more worried about Cam Newton hanging out with Carl Van and I, than you would him wearing capris and these Gucci slippers. Right? You know, is that because if you're hanging out with Carl and we're going to get into some mess. Cam Newton is hanging out with some dude that works and doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're nerds. Thank you, Anthony. You wonderful name. Look at that. That's a generous, so generous. You guys, look, I don't want to ask for your donations, but we are thankful for them. It's wonderful that you guys feel that investment to this community. Fantastic. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you, Anthony, for calling into the show. We loved your calls, man. Continue to call in. Join us for this season. We're going to have a good damn time, man, watching Panthers football. And hopefully watch the Panthers bring it all home, baby. All of us together. That's what we're trying to do.
Jonas. Jake DeLome says, I heard Tony's a closeted Jonas Brothers fan, too.
I heard that, too.
I don't know who the Jonas Brothers are.
Yeah, we believe you, sure. Yeah, Tony definitely doesn't vibe out to the Jonas Brothers.
Right, next cat call. Next cat call.
Hey, guys, it's Nova Black again. I forgot.
Oh, wait, maybe I skipped this call.
What's up, C3?
Yep.
It's Nova Black. It's been a while.
Nova Black.
But I had to call in and I wanted to share my thoughts on the All or Nothing.
My man. All right, tune out your ears if you don't want spoilers.
Off the Double or Nothing, part 1. And I'm hoping that I catch this chat call at the end of the podcast, you know. But in my opinion, you know, I'm really glad that I got to see inside of the organization the way I did.
Yeah,
Cam's leadership was on full display. You see what he means to the organization. You know, how well he is ingratiated with Coach Rivera and the new owner, David Tepper. You know, like you said, it definitely made Greg Olsen look even more perfect. Luke looks like a coach on the field that, you know, all hope that he will one day, you know, return to coach for the Panthers when he retires. I mean, it was amazing just looking at it, but my take on, hope I'm not going too far, Dante Jackson, it's just from a personal perspective. When I was a young Marine, you know, I was still a rookie. I was so eager to learn, and I didn't know all the rules and regulations and the laws surrounding my particular job at the time. And it's kind of like him. You know, he keeps getting in his own way, making the same mistakes because he's talented and he knows he's talented. And looking at the tape, he's playing off trying to bait the quarterback, and it keeps fighting him in the ass. But I think he's just so competitive, and he's judging himself really hard, and hearing everybody else keep telling him something that he already knows and sees on film, the redundancy of it all becomes annoying, and I can totally relate to that, but it definitely shows how much of a rookie he is to the league. But I definitely think that they shortchanged a couple of players.
Great point.
And even though I kind of felt, you know, I got left hanging on, you know, on content, I still feel like.
See, thank you, Nova.
I'm happy. I'm proud to be a Panther fan. I can say that. And you guys keep coming.
Nova's smartest dude. One of the smartest people I know. He's so smart. He's so smart, though. That's the thing, is he is so smart. Like, he sees into events very well. And he said it exactly he said it better than I said it. And what I mean, he said it like I would have liked to have said it. And that is, while we were lacking on so much, I'm really glad to see what I saw. What a wonderful call, man. So much props to Nova Black on that. I cannot tell you how much. That was a moving ending to that call. So much he comes back for round 2, Cody.
Let's do it.
Hey, guys, it's Nova Black again. I forgot something that I wanted to say.
You got the mic, brother.
I think the guy who stood out the most to me in this thing was Mr. David Tepper.
See?
And then the guy
so
who,
smart.
I kind of like feel like, you know, became uningratiated with me. I'm gonna say Devin Funchess. I understand Funchess going through a lot, but that inconsistency wasn't just in Detroit. And I gotta do me an ice up pick.
What you got, bro?
Do it, man.
It came across my Twitter feed the other day that this idiot decides that he wants to set his girlfriend on fire and ends up setting himself on fire and had to go to the hospital for several severe burns. To that guy, I want to say ice up, son. You got what you deserve. Ice up. All right, guys.
He protest. You know what? It turns out he didn't want to burn his girlfriend. He protested like the monk in Vietnam. Guys, Nova just crushed it tonight. Thank you, Nova, for being a part of this show for so long, too. That's another thing.
Yeah, Nova's the man. I mean, everything from the draft show to the insight. Yeah, man.
He got us the take from Carolina State.
Sure, and Nova hit us with the pick, but also I love that he mentions David Tepper. And I said this during our Sunday show. Be sure to check it out. We're going through all the episodes of All or Nothing. I'm so happy that David Tepper is the owner of the Carolina Panthers. This is a man that this guy knows what he's doing. He's willing to put the team in front of everything else. He understands the necessity of a practice bubble, of putting the Panther at midfield. We've already had a good draft. And now, and I know everyone's been talking about this on Twitter, David Tepper is hell-bent on bringing professional soccer to Charlotte. And that'll be another huge deal. Yeah, Tim Tizzy just brought it up. David Tepper has a vision for, it feels like, not only the Carolina Panthers, but the city of Charlotte as a whole. And I know I'm a little bit biased, but I live in the middle of Charlotte, so I love it. I love the impact that he's had, and I feel he's going to continue to do the best things for the Carolina Panthers. I love what he's doing.
All right, next call.
Hey, Panthers podcast, how's it doing?
No, this is God, what a great lineup tonight. My boy G.
Talk to you guys, but hey, I've been busy and some things have happened. Now I might be late. I know you guys probably binge watch the living hell out of All for Nothing Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
I just got done watching it. That was a very, very good program.
Incredible.
But I called you guys to talk about it really quick. Wasn't that one part towards the end where Thomas Davis left, Julius Peppers left, and Kyle Lee left, whatever? Wasn't that the saddest shit you've seen in your damn life? I swear. I felt bad, man. I really did. I mean, I know
it
that
really
was and everything, but they could be like, "Damn, man, just can't believe it, man." But hey, things have to keep progressing. That's the way I look at it. I still see us, win the Super Bowl this year, and doing good and surprising a lot of people. I know you've seen that shit on Twitter. I think it's on Facebook too. They got us going 8-8 or some bullshit.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's a next.
Of course, they got
great
New
segue.
Orleans clinching the NFC South, and Atlanta having a better record than us, and Tampa right behind us. I don't see it, man. I don't. I really, really do feel and believe that we will take the South this damn year. I'm telling you, with that damn 3-4 defense, we're gonna surprise a lot of damn people, man.
Thank you, G.
So, give me your thoughts on that very, very sad moment when Thomas Davis, had to leave, and Julius Peppers retired, and Cal Lee retired. Tell me guys what you been thinking. Always remember, man, keep pounding.
My man, G, look, what a lineup tonight. From first-time callers to heavy hitters like Nova to cool as a mug like G. Cavassier.
Man,
can't beat
fantastic,
it. Can't
fantastic question. So
let's talk about the rankings. How about that? That's what he asked. He said, or the predictions, right? The predictions were. And hold on, I'm trying to pull them up right now.
I sent them to you in the Hangout chat.
Okay. Oh, all right. Then I know exactly how to get them. If I can find our mess.
You're looking for our number that USA Today said?
Yeah. Which one? You sent it? I don't see
Yeah.
it. I don't see it.
I sent it in the Hangout chat. I'll drop it again.
I think you sent it. Well, okay. Yeah, drop it again. Tell me this. Is that so right now, before the discussion of, we're going to talk about the 8-8. That's what they call in the Panthers out. I thought that, so one of the things is I was surprised by, all I did is say 8-8, the Panthers are, well, I actually said, here are the rankings or the predictions, discuss on Twitter. I got a ton of feedback on Twitter when it comes to those rankings, right? Like, or those predictions. And then most of them were like, they seemed it was fair. Okay. All right. I see it now. So here, let's just quickly. So like, hey, the Panthers were 8-8. They had the Browns at 10-6. Look, I'm okay with them being hot on the Browns because of the name recognition that's come. Colts 10-6. The Jaguars 10-6. How are you going to put the Panthers 8-8? The Jaguars at 10-6. The Los Angeles Chargers 12-4 bothered me when we're talking about a 9-7 Cowboys team, a 12-4 Minnesota Vikings team, 12-4. But you're going to put the Atlanta Falcons at 11-5, the New Orleans Saints at 10-6, and the Carolina Panthers 8-8. You know what I got to say to you assholes at the USA Today? Thank you. Thank you very much. Because we always do great when y'all brothers be sleeping on us. That's my word. I can't say the other word, but y'all brothers be sleeping on us.
Well, so in my opinion, man, like this all rests on Cam Newton. And it's either all these writers that write this, number one, either they don't believe that he's going to be healthy enough, or they just don't believe in Cam Newton, and they're the type of people that are like Colin Cowherd and Reggie Beta Male Bush. So, you know, I mean, if you look at the amount of talent that we have on the football team, I mean, listen, and I've said this before, the most important thing that we did this offseason was invest in the offensive line. Darrell Williams is back. Matt Paradis at center is huge. We drafted, hopefully, a franchise left tackle. I mean, if Cam Newton has time to throw the football, the guy can make every play on the field. And with the reinvigorated defense, with added pass rush, I mean, this is a contender football team. This was a contender football team last year, but Cam Newton was hurt, and we underachieved on defense. So, I mean, I don't care what any other publication puts out. In my mind, we're anywhere from 12-4 or better, in my opinion.
Tremendous shout out to Zach Kiesler. He said he donated to the show. Hope this helps you guys keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. Keep pounding. But Cody, roll tide. He's throwing the shot at you right now. Hey, what? Roll tide. Hey, you front. All y'all are front runners. Go ECU. R.
Hey, thanks for the $4.99, Zach. But
that's gonna be our rap battle. It's gonna be how the Pirates versus the Tigers. And I love Tigers, but I'm gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, probably not though. But okay.
Whatever. Whatever.
I mean, hey, there's only one champion in college football right now. It's not Alabama. It's not ECU. Pretty sure it's the Clemson Tigers.
Start getting them dripping like leaky falls.
Oh my God.
Cowherd. Yeah, that's right. That's what you get. Okay. Pathetic. Dang. All right, mister. You'll be my ice up. You'll be like one of the. You're like Cowherd. You already made your decision. You already made your choice.
And you still won't rap battle me. What's up?
I will. I'm ready. I'll get ready. It's going to take a lot of getting ready for me, but. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to do this. So you said we're going to be 12-4, right?
Yeah, 12-4 is better.
All right. So week 1. Let's real quickly.
Oh, we're doing this now?
No, we can do it real quick.
All right.
Panthers open with the Rams. Do the Panthers start off 1-0?
W, yes. Every year we've knocked off the previous winner of the Super Bowl.
I'm with you there. All right. I think
okay.
my vote goes 1-0 right there because I'll be at that game. Tough traveling west to east. We host at home 2 home games in a row. Buccaneers next. To me, that's a W.
Oh, yeah. That's a W. I don't think Arians has them ready to be a contender yet.
Next, Panthers at Cardinals.
Kyler
So you got
Murray
a tough game. You got a tough game with the Rams, a kind of an unknown game with Arians, but I still think you're the better team. I don't care who you got right there. I think we're clearly the better team. I think we started the very worst 2-1 here.
So, in my opinion, I think this will be more competitive than people give it credit for.
It's going to be like Cam Newton's rookie game where we lost to the Cardinals. We lost. Cam Newton had a fantastic game his rookie season and lost to the Cardinals.
He did. But we're in Arizona. I think that'll be the first real test of our defense, in my opinion. The Rams have a good offense too, but Kyler Murray and that type of spread offense is dangerous. But yeah, I give us a W.
Next, we go from the Cardinals. We stay on the road to the Texans. So what I think here is, at this point, I think we are 3-1. I don't know if we lose to the Rams or the Texans, and I don't think we should, but I just think saying 4-0, like Ken said, 19-0, you know what I'm saying, is a little easy. I'm going to say this, we're 4 games into the season. I think we're 3-1. Either the Rams at home could be a challenge or the Texans on the road are the threats there.
It hurts, man, because I'm a fan of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's great. He's fantastic.
That is a good defense, but I don't know that they did enough to fix that offensive line.
I hope Matt Khalil starts.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Fuck it.
No, I haven't said 4-0. I think we're 4-0.
4-0. You homer. All right, well then, Cody, extend it to 5-0 because we play the Jaguars next at home.
Yeah, I do think that.
Yeah, I think we easily take Nick Foles.
I'm not afraid of Nick Foles at all.
No, I think that I'm more worried about the Texans and the Rams than the Jaguars, and I may be more worried about the Buccaneers than I am the Jaguars. That's sad to say. Next, Panthers back at home. No, on the road again against the Buccaneers. I think this is the London game.
Yeah, this is
October 13th. Panthers go on the road. I will say I would not be surprised if we split with the Bucs this year just because Arians is going to bring a little excitement. But in another country, I think the Panthers are rolling here. I think we moved to 5-1 at this point. You're saying what, 6-0?
I'm saying 6-0, man.
You're such a homer. Hey, let's keep it rolling because then we go from London to San Francisco.
Okay.
You want to go 7-0?
Hey, baby. We're going 7-0,
oh my
baby.
gosh.
7-0, baby.
Let's make it 8-0 when we then go from on the road at San Francisco to hosting the Titans.
Yeah, I will.
I think there's a bigger chance we lose to the 49ers on the road than we lose to the Titans at home.
Yeah.
That's my bet.
Yeah, I'll say 8-0.
I think 8-0. I think we're 6-2 by week 8. 6-2 by week 8.
I'm telling you, I'm feeling this.
We're gonna drop a game. I think 49ers on the road is gonna be tough after coming from London. But you are coming off a bye week, so actually that might help a ton.
I'm not afraid of them. I don't know that I believe.
We're not afraid of them. It's the traveling. Maybe it's Titans at home poses a challenge. Or how about this next week? Panthers at Packers. 11th. 11-10, the day before my birthday. I'm more worried about the Titans than I am the Packers. It seems like the Packers are in shambles right now. Their coach has torn his ACL. He's butting heads with Aaron Rodgers. What is going on? Where is Colin Cowherd? I need him to give me a take right here about how Aaron Rodgers is the worst quarterback that's ever lived that we thought was great.
So
he's amazing, by the way. So fuck Colin Cowherd.
Aaron Rodgers and that's another thing. That's another one that Cowherd shits on. So that should tell you more about him.
That's why I brought it up.
I'll say 9-1 because we're
11. It's 11-10. Lynn. It's going to be on November.
We've done well against Green Bay at home. I don't know. I hope we'll do it in Green Bay, but I'll say we'll drop one right here.
So you're saying the first loss comes after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8-1 at that point.
We're 9-1, right? Oh yeah, 8-1. No, you're right. Because of the bye. No, you're right.
I think we're 8-2.
Right.
I'm saying 8-2 with the after the Packers game. No, 7-2, 7-2, whatever that would be. Falcons at home, 11-17. We're hosting the Falcons in the first of our division. We got a little division run. This is the tough end. Listen to this, Cody. Packers, Falcons, Saints, Redskins, Falcons, Seahawks, Colts, Saints. And where's our first Saints game at? Where is our? Oh yeah, okay. I see it. It's that's a tough. I tell you this is that you better be 7-2, 8-1, because you're gonna have to play. We need to be 8-1 after the Packers game because we gotta go Falcons, Saints, Redskins, Falcons, Seahawks, Colts, Saints. That's a tough end to the season.
We're picking all of them, or we just
quickly? All right, so here is that. I'm look. We think we're gonna. Do you think we sweep the Falcons? I'll ask you that.
Yeah, I think this is the year that we fight. I do not.
Do you think I think we beat the Redskins. Okay, so you're saying we sweep the Falcons. Do you think we beat the Seahawks? I think we split with the Falcons and beat the Seahawks at home. That's my prediction.
So the two be competitive, 15 and 16. I think Russell Wilson was going to be a competitive matchup. And in Indianapolis, they've rebuilt that team. Their offensive line is incredible now. Devin Funchess will be playing him.
So what are the four losses then? Tell me your 4 losses.
All right, so I have Green Bay.
All right.
Here's another one. I think the Redskins are going to be a surprise team.
Oh, God.
Because I think Dwayne Haskins is going to come out of nowhere. And hey, remember me saying this on this show. I think Dwayne Haskins is going to come out of nowhere.
He's going to beat the Panthers at home?
No, I think that he's going to have a great season ahead of him, and they're going to be a legitimate football team. I think they might win their division. I think they literally might win their division. I don't know. We'll see. I'll say Green Bay. I'll say Washington. I'll say we lose. See, I don't know if we sweep the Saints, man. I'll say we'll lose in New Orleans, and I'll say Colts. So those are my 4.
I think if we go 10-6, I'm super happy, and 11-5 is a great season. So 12-4 would be amazing. All right, guys, we've done a ton on the show tonight. People are already passing out in the chat room. Thank you so much for your time here. We got one last segment, and that is to ice some fools up, Cody. So we've talked about, at this point, we talked about Cal Turd. I've beat you in a rap battle. We've also picked the season for the rest of it. For the season, we've had some tremendous calls. Stop talking. I'm talking among you.
Dude, you didn't beat me in a rap battle, man. It didn't happen.
Wrong. Fake news.
You're fake news.
All right, so we've had a tremendous show. Great cat calls tonight. So thank you so much for the donations to each and every one of you guys for your calls and your input. The number's 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. You guys have been tremendous. Thanks for your generosity. Cody, what you got to ice up this week?
So some of you might know that a few months back, or almost a year ago now, this rapper named XXXTentacion was killed in his Ferrari. He had went to a lot and bought it cash money, and some gangsters knew where he was, ran up on him and killed him. Took all the money. Well, now later, there's this female comedian who was doing a show on Comedy Central, and she said that the killer who just found where he was, killed him, and picked up the money. That sounds like the best Venmo advertisement ever.
Oh,
and she got into a lot of trouble for it. But my thing is this. Okay, so now people are sending her death threats. They're putting out her phone number on it.
Who is she?
I don't even remember her name, man. I don't remember her name. But she was put on blast. Her phone number was put out there. Her address. All this different shit. And listen, it's stand-up comedy, man. Of course he's not happy that he died. It's a joke. He takes shit entirely too seriously. And now they're trying to ruin this chick's life over it. It was a joke, man. People take stand-up comedy way too serious. So everyone butthurt over people telling jokes and over this in particular joke. I say ice up, son. Grow some balls.
I got a needed ice up. I got to throw out there. First of all, I'm icing up my town, Greenville, North Carolina. They were the ones where at the Trump rally, they said the sender bag. Rednecks, sender bag. Like, I don't care what our support is just not a good look for our town. But my real ice up goes to this. This is walking the edge. I'm breaking news, guys, here. I'm icing up Astasia Williams at ASTASIAWILL. She is the Panthers social media coordinator. How about that? I'm icing up somebody whose most recent tweet was Taco Tuesday in Spartanburg. Her name is Astasia Williams. Again, I will repeat the Twitter handle at ASTASIAWILL, because this is the tweet she puts out here. She puts out a tweet. Now, she is the Panthers social media coordinator. Remember that. She works for the Carolina Panthers. She says this. She puts out a tweet, and it says it's after Mets. It was a article on Bloomberg Network that said diehard Mets fans are going extinct, and it has a picture of these fighting players, like people that are just diehard fans are going extinct. And she put out a tweet. So she quoted this. She tweeted the article out, and the tweet says this: fans are not fans of teams anymore. Fans choose a player and stick with that player. Not hard to figure that out. Now, I do understand that more and more we gravitate to personalities in the social media world. We gravitate. But look, we've been doing this podcast for almost 7 years now, straight, 6 full seasons. We're about to enter our 7th full season. I love Cam Newton as much as anybody, but at the same time, I love Julius Peppers as much as anybody. But if you put Cam Newton in a damn Falcons jersey, I'm going to be one sad mofo. And so I just think I'm going to ice up Astasia Williams for this. I don't think this is a great look for the Panthers social media person. On top of that, she's from Baton Rouge. So here's where the real ice up comes in. I think we have a mole. We got a mole in the Panthers organization. She's from Baton Rouge. She is the Panthers social media coordinator. Now, she's not the social media person, and then she's saying that we don't really pull for a team, that fans don't pull for a team. So I'm icing you up. And even if you believe that, you probably should keep it to yourself in the position that you work for a team and not for players. You're not an agent. So to you, Astasia Williams, we are fans. We love the Carolina Panthers. We hate the Atlanta Falcons. I piss in their Cheerios. Ice up.
Ice up.
All right.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
That's me. All right. You're listening to the C3 Panthers podcast. You can find us on YouTube every Tuesday night, 9 p.m., chopping up the latest Panthers news and opinions. Sometimes, most of the times, we're on Periscope. The show was it was a rough start, Cody, but the cat calls I really felt propelled us through this show.
Fantastic phone calls, man. Make sure you're interacting with us. Hit us up on all the social media outlets. I'm at Cody Lack, CODYLAC. Hit me up. Hey, man, you can ask any questions. Call into the Cat Calls line. And, hey, man, we're always down to talk some Panther football and whatever silly nonsense you got going on. So that's what's up. That's me.
All right. You heard it here. Panthers news and opinions every Tuesday night. We'll see you next Tuesday. Look out for Double or Nothing Part 2 coming hopefully before the end of the week. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Subscribe to the C3 Carolina Panthers podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or anywhere you can catch an RSS feed. Check out CarolinaCatChronicles.com for the latest Panthers news and opinions from the fan perspective.
Great cash, homie.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Place your money line, prop, and parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Iowa only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.